Hi and welcome to another episode of Fishing Western Australia. Today, among other things, we're right here in Denmark, but there's plenty more besides. Let's have a look at what's coming up.
Today we're going all over Perth, starting with Brim in Belmont.
Tell me Brim aren't aggressive. Have a look at that.
We'll then head into Coburn Sound and show you where to catch King George whiting. Then we'll head south to Denmark for a different kind of brim fishing.
That's a tail line.
Brim fishing has exploded in popularity over the last couple of years. This is mainly due to both the Brim Tournament Series and fantastic new lures designed just to catch them. Jeff Spadassini was the winner of the 2002 series and loves to fish the area around Belmont and Rivervale.
Morning, Jeff.
Morning, Steve. How are you?
Good, mate. Good. Beautiful day.
Lovely day.
I think what better than to catch a few brim, eh?
Yep.
Well, mate, I reckon those yachts look like they might be the ideal thing. Any other ideas?
Yep, there's a fair bit of structure around this section of river, so we shouldn't have trouble finding a brim.
Well, that's a big call. Let's get on with it, eh?
No worries.
This stretch of river is only a short distance from the city centre, and the fish are both healthy and plentiful. Brim tournaments are all about catch and release fishing of this hard fighting but slow growing river fish, and Jeff's boat is set up just for fishing these tournaments.
And what we're doing really isn't hard. We're just working snags, and that means rocks, that means banks with a drop-off, it means bits of wood, jetties, boats, anything that fish have some cover to hide underneath. And what I'm using is this. That's a lead head jig with a little soft tail. That's a Charlie Brewer slider grub. You've seen that already on the series in that pumpkin seed shrimp colour. We just flick them in and we work them back. You'll see the technique in a little while. It's really easy, anyone can do it. So for a small amount of money with a small boat, you can have some fun just like this. Jeff's using his Minn Kota, which is an electric motor. The reason they're so useful for brim is because they're a very shy and spooky fish, and sneaking up on them like this is the best way to double your chances, maybe triple your chances of catching a lot of fish during a tournament. They're not that expensive, and if you've got a little boat like this, a really good investment just to sneak up on the fish in the snags. Oh mate, he came and slammed that. Is that on the hard body?
Yep, that's on the hard body. It's a small fish, but...
Yeah, it's not huge, but I think it's a brim. It's not a brim, you know.
Oh no, it's a grunter.
It's a grunter. Not as a good one though. Isn't it amazing how those grunter really do attack hard body lures? And you'd never think they would unless you see it.
Great for kids. Bring your kids down to the river.
They're pretty spiky too, so pliers are a good idea. Now, Jeff, if you find you don't put the fish back on the snag until later, do you pull more than one off there occasionally?
I'm finding that that's the case. The brim normally school up, so a school to my book is 3 or more fish.
Yep.
And if there are more fish in there and we can present our lures properly, I cannot see why we can't find another one in there.
Well, we'll have a go.
Yep.
Oh, and the sun's come out too. Nice and warm.
Oh, that's better. Oh, snag.
Now that's got to be a brim out of there, doesn't it?
Got to be, but let's see if we can get him out of the snags. I've got him on that log there. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there's a good fish too, I can see it. I'll get the net for you. Fight the good fight. Ooh, that was very noisy. That looked fishy, didn't it, that snag?
Yep.
Oh, and that is a good fish too. You got him out in the open water, so we'll just take our time. Pop the net, enviro net in, and we'll just ride him in there. Oh, lovely work. On the hard body too. Wonderful work there, mate. Look at that. These enviro nets are terrific because nothing gets caught in them. Wonderful stuff. Now, tell me brim aren't aggressive. Have a look at that. He's actually gone that lure real hard, and you can see his jaws are so powerful, he's bent the trebles up. So he's gone the party favour. What lure is that, Jeff?
That's a little Kubla bung. softy.
A what?
A Kublabung is the brand. It's a little Australian-made lure. An individual makes them on the east coast of Australia. Lots of little individual lure makers.
That's a nice fish. He'd go 3/4 of a kilo perhaps. Just a top little fish. Out of the snags, you've done beautifully. We'll get the pliers in there. Might want to open up that live bait well there, mate.
Yep.
One quick look. Have a look at those teeth. They're hunting teeth. A lot of times they'll have just crushing teeth, but they're really sharp ones. Now, we're going to pop him into our live bait well. During the Brim tournaments, we keep these fish alive in our live bait tank to weigh them in live and release them. But also around snags, these fish are actually going to get spooked if we release them straight away. We will later, but if you keep them in your live bait tank here now, the other fish in the school won't spook. So we'll have another crack at that snag. Fish much around these big boats here, Jeff?
Yeah, I love the boats. They hold all this barnacle and green algae on the bottom of the hulls, and the fish they feed on there.
And the Gold Coast, the silver brim especially, they hang right under pontoons and boats like this, and you'll get 20 or 30 fish fighting for your soft plastic lure over there.
Yeah, yeah, you'll get a 20 or 30 brim coming out and jostle for position to try and grab that lure. Yes.
It's not quite like that here, but this boat looks very likely. Oh yes, I got one, Jeff.
Oh, beauty.
I thought this boat might be the go. And ow, that's a nice brim. It's a nice brim.
Keep the pressure on him.
I will. And I've got him off the, oh, look at this, Jeff. It's a nice fish.
Lovely.
Oh, look at that in the water. Aren't they just fantastic? Have a look. Terrific. Fantastic.
Look at that, beautiful.
They're so well conditioned here. Look at that. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Just got him too, right in the bottom. Look, came straight out. He bent the hook too. They got some power. Aren't they just fantastic? The Swan River black brim. They're not black, of course. They're more purple. It's quite dull and overcast here, but you can still see a lovely bronzy purple. Well, mate, pop him in here.
Yep.
Lovely. Oh, isn't this fantastic? Brim fishing with lures in the Swan River with Jeff Spadassini. He's really a master on brim, but the brim tournaments are so much fun. Check the fishingwa.com website for all the information and find out how you can get involved too. On the fishingwa.com website, there's loads of great GPS marks that you can use to catch great fish, and this is one of them, Harry, my King George spot.
Oh, excellent. If it's as good as your rest of your spots, I'm sure this will be good, mate.
Oh, mate, just off Fremantle here, the King George spot in 3 metres of water, it's going to go off, I guarantee it. Let's get onto it. All right. Now, my rig, as usual, is really simple. On my swivel there, I've tied a piece of 4 kilo mono with a loop in it, and I've looped over a little mini snapper lead, and on the end, a wide gap hook with a bit of squid from a packet. That's all you need here for these King George. They're so simple. Good, mate. Well done.
All right, let's see what this is, eh? Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez. It's going.
It's going, isn't it?
Yeah.
Might just get out of your way there. Look at that. I told you where to cast. You cast over me, and you pulled a kg.
Look at that.
You gotta be happy with that.
First cast.
Now,
First
who
up.
said Harry Bowman can't fish, eh? Well done. Look
Actually,
at that.
I think you said it last week.
Actually, I said it about 3 minutes ago too. But he's made me look bad. First cast. I did tell you where to cast it though, didn't I?
Oh, yeah, well, I'll give you some credit.
What a
not bad at all.
fantastic King George here for Coburn Sound. Excellent. Pop him back, eh? That's not a KG. Getting tap-tap bites. The KG bite is the surging bite. And that was a surging bite. In the background, that was Harry falling over my tackle box. That's a King George. They pick it up and run with it. Come on, do that again. I think he might have got my bait. No, he didn't. I've got something. It didn't feel like a King George. And right I am. That's a trumpeter. Put a... Get it back in the water with it. Oh,
Yeah.
you've done it again. I can see this already.
Yeah.
Have a
Oh,
look
man,
at that in the water.
Oh, he's all right too.
He is.
Another- lovely. Look
That's
at the size
bigger
of
than your
him.
first one. Two to Harry,
Man.
none to Steve, and oh, he's gone. That, gee, they're so slimy. Look at that. That's what they call kidney slappers. They slap you. Well, he's taken that right down, mate. Have a look in there. They've only got tiny mouths, but they can get that bait down. I'll just bite that off. You can have it for dinner, all right?
Thank you very much. All right, on.
Oh, he is the man.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I just lost him.
Oh, that's all right. I got one. Nah, nah.
I don't believe that.
Beautiful. How's that, eh, tag team? I talked his fish into getting off just so I could get a bit of confidence back.
It's 2-1.
2-1. I'm coming back.
That's it. He's on.
Oh,
Oh, so there him.
you can take your own fish off this time. I'm getting heaps of bites.
What's the score, mate?
I can't remember. I've lost track now.
Oh, he's woofed that one down as well.
And so is this. This
Oh,
is,
it's come
it's too
out.
bad. The King George
It's
hotspot.
gone.
Look at this, going off. 3-2. He's coming back. Did you lose your hook?
No,
Did you lose your hook?
no, mate.
I was hoping you'd lost your hook.
Right down, and all of a sudden he just.
Now, when you're grabbing King George, just grab him there. See, I've got my thumb just around the gill plate. That's the only part that's not really slimy. And I can hold him over the edge like this, and he's not going to get away, unless I actually want him to. Well, you beat me at my own King George spot, mate. Well done.
Oh, well, mate, I told you I was going to get you.
It's the first time
3-2.
ever. 3-2. Okay, yeah, I have to admit defeat. It's a great spot, this. You can get it off the fishingwa.com website and have some fun this summer.
The southwest is at its best during springtime. Not only are the wildflowers out, but there's plenty of shore-based fishing options.
Now, when the wind blows here in Denmark, which is where I'm standing, a place they call Anvil Beach, it's a top little spot because there's plenty of protection both sides by the rocks. And the rocks actually create these formations you see out in front. The waves crash over the main reef and create these big holes and gutters, and the surf surges right along, and that's where fish feed. So it's really easy to fish. Look at my rig. A pyramid sinker to hold in the surf, a dropper loop with a little hook. That's as easy as it is. We cast out there into the deep bits, catch a fish. Out in front of me, there's a sandbar extending from the back of the reef, and there's a lot of waves coming over. And it's not a tide that you can see rushing, but the actual runner from the current. I've got my polarising Maui gyms on, so I can actually see where to cast, and it's just to the right of that sandbank. Bite, bite. Oh yeah! Oh, he's gone into the rocks. Come out of the rocks. Go on, come out of the rocks. I'll let him swim and see if he takes it out of the rocks. He's grabbed it, and as Brim do, they tear off with it. And see, I let him go, and he came out. But he's got off, has he? No, yes, no. Yes, we've lost him, but that's how you get your gear back anyway. Oh, no, no. He just doesn't know what's going on. He was swimming with me then. This current's just so hard to predict, and have a look at that. That's only a little one, but that's a tarwine. Not actually a silver brim. We don't really get silver brim here in Western Australia. That's what's called a tarwine. They don't have the elongated snout, just a bump head, and they get a lot bigger than that one, but there's a good start. 23 centimetres they have to be, and he's only about 18. Yes. Oh, here's a nice little fish. It's gonna be nice and red in the legs if I actually fall over on this stuff. This little rod, these fish really fight hard, regardless of how big they are. I can't even see it yet. Where are you? Oh, it was a tarwine, and it pulled the hooks right down here. Wow. That's just ordinary fishing by yours truly. Yes! Well, let's see if I can make up for that last one. That got away. It's not the easiest spot in the world to land a fish, or do anything, to be honest. Here we go. That's got all the makings of a silver brim or tarwine, as they're really called, of course. And it is too. Or is it? Well, look at that. There's another fish that we give the wrong name to. We call them a buffalo brim here in WA, but they're actually a silver drummer. A weed eater ordinarily, and a hard fighter. Look at that. Tiny little mouth. Those teeth too. Little weed groving teeth, that's all. Very tough fighters when they grow bigger. Usually hard to catch, but not here. Yeah, it is a tarwine. Look at that. Beautiful one too. It's not easy getting them past that current. And have a look at this. They are pretty when they get big. Let's get that hook out of him. Oh, you've got that, haven't you? Now the tarwine actually feed in the surf, and you'll find them in Perth during winter. Now, they generally feed on crustaceans and things that they pull off the reef, and they are really quite a pretty fish. Have a look at the yellow fins. They're quite different to the black brim that you'll catch in the Swan River. And 23 centimetres, he'd probably be legal. I'll pop him back anyway. Yes, that one just sort of snuck along and grabbed it off the bottom. And he's gone into those rocks, and I'm stuck in the rocks. Come on, swim out, swim out. Got him out. Okay. Oh, gee, they fight hard, these things. They're absolute brutes compared to the size that you sort of see a little fish like this, you don't realise it's going to go so hard. And here he comes, and that's a nice one. Look at that. In the sun. Top stuff. Hey. And I've lost my sinker. Thanks for that. You're expensive little fish, weren't you? Well, in Denmark, the tarwine in the last few years have absolutely just been in plague proportion, so anyone can catch them off a rock like this. That's Anvil Rock out there. Ask the locals how to find it, and I'm sure they'll tell you where to come to catch some tarwine just like this.
On our next show, we head to Marshy's hometown of Broome, where we'll sight fish for tuna.
One broom mackerel tuna.
And catch a different kind of prehistoric salmon.
Now, they call these a blue-nosed salmon here in Broome. Well, isn't Denmark beautiful? I really hope you've enjoyed today's show, because I really enjoyed making it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Fishing Western Australia.